I walk into my house earlier than usual. I'm exhausted, drained, just wanting rest. But instead of peace, I walk straight into a nightmare. My cousin, my girlfriend, together, in my bed. Their faces go pale when they see me. Her hair is messy, his shirt half off, the sheets tangled, reeking of betrayal. The world tilts under my feet. This is not happening. It cannot be real. But it is. The woman I loved, the cousin I trusted like a brother, and me, the fool who thought my life was perfect. I don't scream. I don't throw things. I simply tell them to leave before I come back. My voice is flat, like stone. I step outside, heart pounding so violently I swear I'll collapse. By the time I return, they're gone. But she leaves me a note. Please forgive me, it says. Call me when you calm down. I stare at the paper until my hands shake. I don't call her. I don't cry. I don't beg. Instead, I write back. I tell her I'll pack her things. She can pick them up from my cousin's house. Because that's where she'll be living now. Not here. Not ever again. It takes me days to box up her life. Every sweater, every photo, every piece of her in my home. I carry them to his door. I knock. He opens, eyes filled with shame. I don't speak. I just hand him the bags. And I leave. Silence. That's all I give them. For weeks, they try calling, apologizing, explaining. But I want no part of it. Because betrayal doesn't deserve explanations. Betrayal deserves distance. 3 years pass. I live my life in fragments. Avoiding family, avoiding conversations, keeping the wound hidden. Until one day, my phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. It's him, my cousin, laughing, cheerful, as if he hadn't torn me apart. He tells me he's getting married. And not just to anyone. He's marrying her. The woman who destroyed me. The woman I once planned to marry myself. Then he says the words that light a fire in my chest. He wants me to be his best man. My blood boils. How dare he? How dare he speak to me like nothing happened? I explode. I scream at him. I curse him. I hang up. But he doesn't stop. He texts. He says the offer still stands. If I don't want to roll, fine. But he'll still invite me. Days pass. And then a thought sparks. A dangerous thought. What if I say yes? What if I stand there, smiling, while my revenge brews beneath the surface? I send him a message. I apologize. I lie. I tell him I want to heal. I tell him maybe this wedding could bring closure. He's overjoyed. He promises to cover all expenses. He insists on helping me choose a suit. I nod, smile, pretend. Because deep down, I already know this isn't about closure. This is about payback. And his wedding will be the stage for the speech of a lifetime. The days crawl closer to the wedding. Each morning, I wake up with the same thought. Revenge. It fuels me. It keeps me alive. But to pull it off, I need patience. I need to act. Smile. Pretend. When he calls, I answer with a voice that sounds forgiving. When he laughs, I laugh back. And he believes it. He actually believes I'm ready to move on. He takes me shopping for suits. I let him adjust my tie. I let him pat me on the back. I let him talk about love, about loyalty, about his future wife. Every word burns like acid. But I nod. I keep nodding. Because inside my pocket, I carry something more dangerous than any weapon. A draft. My speech. It starts small. Just a line or two. But each night, I add more. Each night, I pour venom onto the page. Until it becomes a confession. A testimony. A curse. I picture their faces when they hear it. Her smile breaking. His jaw tightening. The crowd gasping. That thought alone keeps me steady. Family whispers begin to swirl. They can't believe I agreed to be best man. Some think it's a miracle of forgiveness. Others think I'm foolish. But no one knows the truth. No one sees the storm brewing inside me. The rehearsal dinner arrives. I sit at the table, surrounded by laughter. They toast to love, to family, to happiness. I raise my glass too, but the words stick in my throat. Because I know happiness built on betrayal cannot last. Later that night, I rehearse again. I stand in front of a mirror, phone in my hand, reading the speech aloud. My voice trembles. At times I choke. At times I nearly cry. But the words are sharp. They slice through me, and I know they'll slice through them. The wedding day dawns. The sky is too bright, too perfect, mocking me. I dress in the suit he paid for. I stand in line with the groomsmen, smiling for photos. She walks down the aisle, radiant in white. For a moment, I feel my chest tighten. Not from love, from rage. Because that dress, that aisle, those vows, they were supposed to be mine. And he stole them. The ceremony passes like a blur. Vows are exchanged. Rings are slipped on. Kisses seal their union. Applause erupts. I clap too. But my hands feel heavy like stone. Then comes the reception. Music plays. Champagne flows. Everyone dances, sings, celebrates. You sit quietly, waiting. Because my time is near. The speeches begin. Her maid of honor goes first, voice trembling with happy tears. She tells stories of friendship, of childhood, of dreams fulfilled. The crowd swoons. Then someone else speaks, praising their love, their resilience. Applause again. All eyes shine with joy. Until finally, it's my turn. The microphone is placed in my hand. My palms sweat. My heart pounds. But I rise. I stand before the crowd. And I begin. The microphone feels heavy in my hand. Every eye in the room is on me. They expect kindness. They expect laughter. They expect the best man's blessing. But what they get is truth. I clear my throat. My voice shakes, but I speak anyway. Thank you for having me here today. I force a smile. I'll admit, it's a surprise that I was even invited. A few people chuckle nervously. I pause, let the silence hang. See, the last time I spoke to this couple was 3 years ago. Gasps ripple quietly across the tables. 3 years ago, I came home early, and I found them. I point at the bride. I point at the groom. In my bed, together. The room freezes. Some jaws drop. Others stare at the floor. The bride's face drains of color. The groom grips his glass so tightly it might shatter. My voice grows steadier. Back then, she was my girlfriend. Back then, I thought he was my brother in everything but blood. And back then, I was saving for a ring. Whispers erupt like wildfire. Guests shift in their seats. Parents cover their mouths. I continue, relentless. She was supposed to be the love of my life. He was supposed to be my family. But they destroyed it all. For lust. For selfishness. For betrayal. Her eyes glisten, but not with joy. He shakes his head, mouthing something, but I ignore it. I go on. I spent years drowning in silence. Years suffering alone. And today, I stand here, not to bless this union, but to curse it. Gasps turn into silence. No one dares breathe. I lean closer to the microphone. 50% of marriages end in divorce. And I hope yours is one of them. I hope your love rots the same way you rotted mine. I hope you feel the pain you once gave me, every single day. The room is stone still. Not clapping, not cheering, just silence. I hand back the microphone. My hands tremble. My chest heaves. And without another word, I turn. I walk away. Chairs scrape behind me. Someone coughs. But no one follows. No one stops me. I step out into the night. The music inside fades behind the walls. And I breathe. For the first time in years, I breathe. Then my phone buzzes. It's my mother. Her voice is sharp, angry. She hisses, "You ruined everything." She defends them. Defends the people who stabbed me in the back. I snap. I curse. I hang up. Messages flood in. Relatives furious. Friends disappointed. Some calling me cruel. Some calling me vindictive. But then, a few messages stand out. People who whisper their support. People who say, "You were brave. You told the truth. And they deserved it." And those words, they don't erase the pain, but they soothe the wound. I feel a strange calm, a catharsis. For once, the weight isn't mine alone. Now, they carry it too. Every guest at that wedding. Every family member who heard the truth. The secret is no longer mine to bear. It's theirs. Forever. The wedding ends without me. I don't see their smiles fade into ashes. I don't see the guests whisper behind their backs. But I know. I know my words linger in that hall like smoke. And I know they can never erase them. That night, I lie awake. I don't feel victory. I don't feel peace. I feel empty. But empty is better than broken. My phone keeps buzzing. Angry texts. Voicemails filled with rage. Family calling me selfish, cruel, heartless. They say I ruined the most important day of his life. They say I embarrassed her beyond repair. But what about my life? What about the day they destroyed mine? No one defended me then. No one cared when my world collapsed. Now, are they wanting to care about theirs? No, not anymore. I block the calls. I silence the phone. But still, some messages slip through. People who were there. People who write, "You were right. Don't regret it." They needed to hear the truth. And for the first time in years, I feel seen. Not as a victim, but as someone who fought back. Weeks pass. I try to move on, but the storm doesn't fade. My mother confronts me. She says she read my post online. She says she knows now. We argue. We cry. And finally, we agree on one thing. We'll never agree. She'll never admit I was right. And I'll never believe I was wrong. That's the closest to peace we'll get. But inside me, darkness grows. After the wedding, I spiral. I think about ending it all. About silence that lasts forever. But before I fall, something unexpected happens. My mother. My uncle, even my cousin, the groom himself, they reach out, not to fight, not to shame me, but to help. They offer to pay for a private therapist. They see I'm breaking, and for once they step in. I accept, and therapy saves me. The counselor listens, really listens. He gives me a name for my pain, PTSD, not weakness, not madness, just trauma, and it can be healed. He teaches me to breathe again, to rebuild, to risk trust, even if it means being hurt. He suggests dating, not for love, not for forever, but to remember I'm worthy. That rejection doesn't define me. So I try. I sign up for sites. I chat. I meet. Some women ghost me. Some cancel last minute. One even vanishes on the day we're supposed to meet. It stings, but doesn't break me, because I'm learning to expect nothing and value myself anyway. Slowly, life becomes bearable again. I still have scars. I still carry shadows, but I no longer want to disappear. When nights are dark, I open Reddit. I read strangers' words of support. I remember I'm not alone. And sometimes that's enough. So here I am, months later, still standing, still breathing, still healing, and still not sorry. Because they deserve the truth. They deserved every word. And I deserve my moment of power. Would I do it again? Yes. 1,000 times yes. Because betrayal demands a voice. And on that day, mine was louder than their lies. And now I ask you, was I cruel or was I justified? If someone betrayed you like this, would you ruin their wedding too?